Land Management in the Environmental Sociological Perspective by Stephanie Walters. The overview is what is land management, types of land management, and how does it affect society and individuals and the environment. Understanding sustainable land management is an approach to managing land resources, balance economic, social, and environmental considerations to meet the needs of present and future generations. Types of land management. We have urban sprawl, land degradation, light pollution, noise pollution, lodging, and mining. I'll go through each single one and how they affect social and environmental impacts. So for urban sprawl increases the connectivity urban habitats while simultaneously fragmenting non-urban habitats such as forests, grasslands. The social impacts on society are going to be increased rate of body mass index, mortality, obesity, and chronic diseases. Communities with sprawl aren't compatible with foot traffic, reducing physical activity, and make transportation by automobile a necessity. It incentivizes going to fast food chains, which has contributed significantly to the obesity and mortality within our country. The environmental impact is the effect on species, ecosystems, including impacts to water pollution, disturbance dynamics, local climate, and predator-prey relationships. Building communities that continue to sprawl outwards are diminishing ecosystems and causing climate issues due to the compacted area of light sound pollution. These effects are making it harder for wildlife to maintain a proper habitat with increasing wildlife in urban areas. Land degradation. Land degradation is a process in which the value of the biophysical environment is affected by the combination of human-induced processes acting upon the land. It is viewed as a change of disturbance in the land perceived to be deleterious or undesirable. The social impact affects the societal consists of economical increases with food production. As we continue to have land degradation, it's going to rise the cost of food because it will cost farmers a significant amount more to harvest and grow crops due to the chemicals that are being placed within our soil. The environmental impact affects our increased chemical use within the soil, leaving the biolife scarce and malnourished for not only the wildlife, humans, but also for the future production. The environmental impact on land degradation is largely based on the inability to naturally reproduce plants in these areas, causing the ground to be warmer, and with less vegetation, there's less evaporation and precipitation, causing more droughts. This is damaging not only our crops, land, and biolife, but also our atmosphere. Noise pollution. Noise pollution or sound pollution is the propagation of noise or sound with ranging impacts on the activity of human or animal life, most of which are harmful to a degree. The source of outdoor noise worldwide is mainly caused by machines, transport, or propagation systems. Societal impact. Effects on society are inflammation, oxidative stress, vascular dysfunction, and autonomic nervous system imbalance, thereby contributing to the development of cardiometabolic diseases. Increased noise pollution has been shown to cause increased health issues due to the elevated blood pressure, lack of sleep, increased heart rate, cardiovascular constriction, labored breathing, and changes in brain chemistry. Environmental impact. Effects threaten ecological systems and biodiversity resources in protected areas, disrupting wildlife behavior, fitness, and community composition. According to the National Park Service in the United States, noise pollution has an enormous environmental impact and does serious damage to wildlife. Experts say noise pollution can interfere with breeding cycles and rearing and is even hasten the extinction of some species. Light pollution. Light pollution is the presence of unwanted, inappropriate, or excessive artificial lighting. In a descriptive sense, the term light pollution refers to the effects of any poorly implemented lighting during the day or night. There's a lot of social impact on health that are found to be present in today's society, i.e., breast cancer, prostate cancer, depression, anxiety. The increased amount of light at night lowers melatonin production, which results in sleep deprivation, fatigue, headaches, stress, anxiety, and other health problems. Recent studies also show a connection between reduced melatonin levels and cancer. Environmental impact. Effects is shown through research on insects, turtles, birds, fish, reptiles, and other wildlife species. Shows that light pollution can alter behaviors, foraging areas, and breeding cycles, and not just in urban centers, but in rural areas as well. Studies show that light pollution is also impacting animal behaviors such as migration patterns, wake-sleep habits, and habitat formation. Because of light pollution, sea turtles and birds guided by moonlight during migration get confused, lose their way, and often die. Logging. Logging is the process of cutting, processing, and moving trees to a location for transport. It may include skidding, on-site processing, and loading of trees onto trucks or skeleton cars. Affects climate change, negatively impacts the environment, food supply, and health of individuals. The environmental impact. Effects are destroying of natural habitats, leading to species becoming endangered or extinct due to their lack of habitat. Logging removes large trees that normally fall into streams and provide shelter and thermal cover, raises water temperatures and pH levels, and degrades the chemical and ecological conditions and food webs that fish need to survive. Mining. Mining is the extraction of valuable geological materials from the earth and other astronomical objects. Mining is required to obtain most materials that cannot be grown through agricultural processes are feasibly created artificially in a laboratory or factory. The societal impact. Effects include displacement of communities, loss of land, livelihoods, and health hazards. Some of the negative impacts of mining are loss of vegetation cover, mass destruction of water bodies, loss of biodiversity, land use changes, and food insecurity. Increased social vices and conflicts, high cost of living, and air pollution. The environmental impact affects degradation of natural resources, such as water sources and forests.